Bart Campolo, thanks for being here. You made this tremendous shift from the evangelical world to the secular humanistic world. How did that happen?
I mean, I think in the simplest analysis, like sometimes people think, oh, you must have been hurt by the church, or you must have been treated badly, or had some bad experience. Nothing like that. I had a wonderful run in Christianity. I got into Christianity when I was a young person because I was this nice kid, and I came to this youth group, and it felt like a club for all these nice people, and they were trying to do good things in the world, and I was deeply attracted to it. The community. The theology was always the hard part for me. Like, the theology was the price of admission. I always had a hard time with the supernatural side of it. And over the course of 30 years of living as a Christian missionary and minister, what I would say is that my commitment to loving relationships, social justice, gratitude, thankfulness, just kept growing. I kept seeing the value of those things that I was experiencing in the church, and my ability to believe in supernatural narrative just kept shrinking. And finally, about 5 years ago, I had kind of an experience in which, at the end of it, I was like, there's nothing left for me of my supernaturalism. I just don't believe in God anymore. I don't believe in supernatural stuff anymore.
One of the principles here at Congregation Beth Adam is that belief matters, that what we believe actually matters and informs how we see the world and how we should interact with the world. Could you talk to that a bit? How does your beliefs as a secular humanist inform how you see the world and what it requires of you?
You know, it's funny. Sometimes I get frustrated when people say that one of their goals as a secular leader is to convince people that you can be an atheist and be a good person at the same time, as if like that's a real achievement. To me, the thing I'm trying to communicate to people is not that I am a good, like I'm pursuing goodness in addition to being an atheist, but rather that my pursuit of goodness is built upon my belief that this life is all that we have. Because, I mean, the essence for me of ending my Christian thing was like, I don't think there's any supernaturalism. I don't think there's eternal life. I think this is it. And the first thing that occurred to me when I realized that this life was all I had was, how do I make the most of it? And so for me, like, what you believe matters. Like, there are people that do good because they believe in a loving God who will punish them forever if they don't do good. Which is an ironic belief, but nevertheless, like, it fuels them. I don't think that you can persist in pursuing goodness unless it's grounded on a worldview. And my worldview is that life is an improbable but wonderful thing, that we only get one very brief shot at it, and that the way to make the most of it is by pursuing love as a lifestyle.
Your father, Tony Campolo, influential minister, lovely guy, evangelical. You and he are now in a conversation, or you were in a conversation.
We've been in a conversation my whole life.
And you're going to talk about your film a little bit and the book the two of you are writing about the dialogue.
You know, after I sort of came out, said to my dad, like, look, I'm done with Christianity. Like, I'm not a liberal Christian. I'm a post-Christian. There's nothing left for me. My dad's first response was like, what happened? Is it my fault? Like, what did I do wrong? Like, what's going to happen to you now? You know, he wasn't worried about me going to hell. He was worried, like, who's going to be your community? What's going to happen? And so, initially his shock was like, it's embarrassing to him. He feels abandoned by me. He feels judged by me. Because, like, if you don't believe what I believe, do you think I'm stupid? I mean, which, you know, he really was like, oh, I suppose you think I'm stupid. I was like, no, I totally get it. I believed in God for 30 years. Like, I get why you would believe in God. And I get why this is a legitimate lifestyle for you. And for a lot of people. But eventually he was like, I got a lot of questions. So he was going on a speaking trip, a preaching trip to England. And he said, will you go with me? He said, I just want to talk to you. And so for 8 days, we drove around England, and he gave talks at night, and all day long we sat in coffee shops and we talked. And he was like, where does your morality come from? How are you going to do this? What do you think about marriage? What do you think's wrong with the church? Is there anything I could have done? Like, what books did you read that took you out? And I was like, the Bible was the one that was the hard one for me. That was the, like, It took me a long time to convince him that like it was the narrative of Christianity that failed on me, not the church itself. Like the people were nice.
Thanks for sharing your story, your insights, your energy, your personality, and your wisdom with us.
Oh, listen, I got to tell you, it's been just a joy to be at Beth Adam. It's been one of the most fun things I've done ever.